Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. We give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. And also, if you hear some wind tunnels at some point, apologies. You know me, out and about on this morning, walking and stroll. Gabe, what's going on, my guy? First things first, you already know. Hopefully, everybody having a blessed and productive Thursday so far. Hopefully, everybody's smoothly. They getting through the work day or whatever plans you might have had for the day. Yep, almost to that good old weekend, y'all. Cool gamer, what's going on? Susanna, good morning, baby. And hopefully, whatever you do got planned for the weekend, again, hopefully blessed and able to enjoy it and just cherish and build good memories. That's all you need to do. Chef, what's going on, my guy? Again, apologies if you hear a wind tunnel. Yeah, I had to take that morning walk. I think we did have some snow flurries for those that is in the city. I'm not too sure. Oh, we could be getting some. We definitely getting some snow this weekend, though. I know the way the air been feeling. Yeah, we getting some snow. So just needed snow too. Sparky, what's going on, baby? Appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday for the conversation. Definitely one that was needed. Definitely one that I definitely feel good about. And I ain't ashamed to say I feel good about that conversation because I feel that's a part of how we break down some issues that we see in the normal society. But if you missed it, catch the replay. Sirius, what's going on, baby? Oh no, I'm just chiming in. I always do it in the morning. I gotta walk, wake, and bake with the people. Before this spliff get lit, I'm drinking this hot ass coffee. I needed that though. Oh yeah, my fault. Before I go left, y'all. Before I go left, y'all. No, but I feel like yesterday's conversation was definitely needed. And honestly, like I said, I'm gonna definitely tackle into that again. Part two is coming. And I'm gonna give y'all the link that night and everything else. And it's good to get some good views and visuals from the people. Just basically dusting off a little of what was spoken about yesterday. Um, but again, I wasn't far off. BMF, man. Hold on, y'all. See, before I get into my little whatever, we doing this again, ain't we? You hear them helicopters, right? Where my scratch your tickets, man? Don't start the new year off with that madness, man. Come in with that. I told you that. Cut your ass every time I get the chance to. Nah, I hope all good with you, bro. Nah, but yesterday's conversation was definitely a great one. I honestly felt, man, listen, that came from the soul right there. Because I feel that's the God, the honest truth. It's just my view and opinion on it. I ain't in no wild mood at all, man. Oh, because the avatar scared you. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad, y'all. I was supposed to do this real quick. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. This is what you was used to. Big petty and little petty. Yeah. Put them back up. Miss T, what's going on, baby? Get that money, baby. No, but see, like yesterday's conversation, man, listen, that's something that a lot of parents and also a lot of children should have tucked into heed. But like I said, ain't that far off. The bond with people, it will never fade if you actually do it the right way. Again, effective listening and effective communication. I'm gonna be stressing that the rest of this year. Don't care how anybody felt about it. Sorry to say it that way, but it gotta be set out there. Gotta be a set precedent, man. Again, there's a lot of situations that could be better than what it is if y'all all would listen to each other and stop just over talking each other. I see that on common grounds, even when it comes to just having regular conversations amongst folks. It's either some people over talk, some people might under talk, both might be going at heads, but then again, the same token, it leads nowhere. The common thing about effective listening and also effective communication is that all the hostile emotions that don't really need to be a part of the conversation don't need to be a part of the conversation. The main thing is to stick on to the goal of fixing what needs to be fixed. How can I expect my child, for example, you already know where this is going. How do I expect my child not so much to follow my lead, but to listen to anything I'm trying to dish out to them? If I'm not even trying to sit down and listen to them when it's time to listen to them, or pull them to the side when I see that something is going on. Again, you got to be effective on all angles. Oh, yeah, and effective vision. That's another thing you need. Effective vision. Because again, even when things don't get said, you should be able to read the body language or at least read the expressions that are going on. Again, if your child is coming home looking like they are completely stressed and they didn't leave that way, find out what's going on. But in my opinion, it's the best way to do it when you have a cool, calm head. Again, can't can't negate nothing if you're both angry. Riaz, what's going on, my guy? I feel that's a real effective way of still creating and strengthening that bond that is supposed to be between parent and child. It's like I called it down the middle yesterday on both angles. There's some of you who are coming from good spots, but you refuse to open your mouth and say anything, even when they are giving you that time to open up. How can you expect things to get better if it's still anger attached? That's why I said I'm definitely going to delve into this part two. Like I said, that's going to be an open discussion for real because it's needed. Again, there's just too many things to take into consideration. And it does work on both ends. Parents, you need to take accountability for when certain things do go wrong. Because in all actuality, you're not just a teacher and protector. You are supposed to be able to still keep that safety net. Like again, having watchful eyes. There's certain situations that won't happen if you are effectively doing what you need to do. And that's even communicating with people that you know you can trust. Yo, if you see my child out here, that if you see my child at any time you ain't supposed to see them, you let me know, son. If you see them somewhere that looks too unsavory, if you see my child somewhere where it looks like it could be a danger, let me know. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm gonna make sure my child good. That's how it needs to go for real. Four corner, what's going on? Going on. Word, what's going on, my guy? Definitely shout outs, bro. Yeah, for some of y'all, I know some of y'all was live. I gotta catch a few replays. I ain't gonna lie to you. Food coma was real. I think I woke back up in, as a matter of fact, I did. I woke right back up into your live. I ain't even noticed that. Nonetheless, though, hey, still was a good build for what I ran into. As always, for all y'all be seeing y'all building, doing your thing. It's always be a comfortable build. I like that. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a great talk yesterday. But it was a great, in my opinion, it was almost like a PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, I felt like I was in the business for a second. That was a PowerPoint presentation, y'all. It was, but it was just a little piece of it. Because again, we got to be able to hear each other out. Parents, you need to hear your children out when they are going through all sorts of stress, or they could be going through certain things that might affect their psyche. Again, you never know. You have to be on point when it comes to your kids. But kids too, y'all gotta be cautious too. Some of y'all have to learn to listen to reason. If something was given out, hey, listen to it. It could save you. Nah, you good, bro. I be trying to catch everybody. Like I said, bro, I try to catch everybody I know. I gotta catch D Truth live. Shoot, I missed that too. Like I was in there comatose. No way in the hell I'm looking at my game and then my game looking at me, y'all. Shoot. But it's all good though. It's all good. Food coma be real though. Those snackies. But no. I mean that was a PowerPoint yesterday. I can't expect my kid to at least live a normal life or at least stay above normal if I'm allowing them to go through certain traumatic events and then not try to help them. Or if I know for a fact my child got issues with reading, writing, and I'm not trying to correct that, I'm messing them up as a parent. So I would have to do something. I think this is a small portion of why some situations are happening the way it happened. If you could barely read, write, shoot, that right there alone is getting. You might end up writing something, signing something. You ain't even aware of what you done because you didn't read it or you couldn't read it. Realist, what's going on? You already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. And again, apologies if you hear the nice little fake breeze in the background. You know, I had to take this nice little walk. You know, I had to also take this nice little wake and bake with the people. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta understand that in order for certain things to not happen, you need to be a focal factor on everything. Man, listen, let me make sure this is what's going on. Now again, there's certain situations that if your kids decide to do this and they are of age, the most you can do is pray for them and hope that they see the visual. You can't disown them. Sorry, but you can't. And you definitely can't not love them either because again, they came from you. They was a blessing to you. Not gonna lie though, you know, it does work both ways. Same way the parents have to effectively communicate with each other and listen to each other, gonna have to do that with your children. And your children gonna have to reciprocate the same thing back. was literally times, I'm not gonna lie, mom used to be like, yeah, you know why I did this day, right? Yeah. It's almost like you felt like you were still learning something. So why you did it? I don't know. But you did it anyway. Yeah. That's how you learn to a degree to teach them accountability. Because sometimes you're gonna have to dash it into their head so they don't make the same mistake again. Yeah, there's some mistakes they're gonna be able to make, but that's the learning curve for them. Everybody go through a learning curve. I don't care who you are. You've been through some sort of learning curve in life. So on that notion right there again, you are accepting what you're supposed to accept. And you are being responsible for your actions. That's how you're supposed to do it. If you know for a fact you wasn't supposed to be out here doing certain things and then you did it, hey, gotta take that accountability, right? Cowboy, what's going on? You out here, prime example, if you out here robbing stores, some point you get caught. You not gonna take accountability for it? You need to be aware of that. Again, some of your actions will determine your fate, dependent. There's so many different factors on why some families and households are not the way they once was before. And not trying to sound funny, I feel it ain't gonna get there until at some point everybody start coming to reason. When I dig into this part two of this thing, trust me, it's gonna be a good one. But I feel it's gonna be a necessary one that's needed. But again, when you are trying to solve problems on all angles, you both have to be able to listen and then talk. I can't hear what you're saying if I feel like you're talking over. James Money, what's going on? Or I can't hear something both of you are saying. Prime example, we having a nice little discussion. I can't necessarily hear everything if both of you are screaming and yelling. No, one get your view across after it's all said and done. The other one get their view across, and then right there you interject if you have to. That's usually how mediation do happen, right? Like, let me know if I'm saying something wrong here. Yeah, you're gonna need somebody, or you might need one to two, depending, because again, they gonna be the balance right there that's needed right now. Because if both harboring emotions on both angles, yeah, it's gonna spew out. And then again, how can you get to any type of common ground and some sort of solution if it's still arguing and fighting happening? Frugal, what's going on, baby? I feel that was a good PowerPoint yesterday. Again, some of you kids are gonna have to listen to when your parents are giving you stern warnings and lessons on things, even from young. Some of y'all might think that they too strict. They don't know how to have fun. No, it's not about not having fun. It's about being safe while you're having fun. See, again, parents are trying to look out for your best interests. If you don't have your parents and you got a guardian that's really for you, guess what? They're gonna do the same damn thing. Because again, you are the sole focus right now. The focus is to keep you here long enough so you can live and enjoy life. You shouldn't need an expectation of not even making it into a prime of life. There's some things that are done because again, it's needed. But when you learn or when you feel like you need to not listen, you will suffer certain consequences you don't want to suffer. And some of you will be looking for those same people to bail you out. Prime example, some of you kids are out here wilding and you coming from good spots. But then when it's all said and done, who the first person you calling for? Either your mom, your pops, or both. Or you calling for somebody in the family to come get you. And there's some of you parents who can avoid your kids from going that route too. Again, you gotta have effective eyes everywhere. So I said, always dig into this different aspects and parameters that could be targeted, and it could be targeted and not so much as eradicated, but at least the numbers will die down to where it need to be. The most important thing to remember again, things are never going to change until you start listening. Yes, you must open up on both angles. Kids, you got to open up to your parents when things are seriously wrong. And parents, you have to listen and understand what's going on because, again, some of you have been through it before. There could be certain things that your child is experiencing, even if you did give them wisdom on what's what, it could still be a situation that happens where it calls for you to do what you need to do. You have to. Bronze, what's going on, my guy? You're going to have to. Because in order to avoid any further trauma, yeah, open up, speak. Again, it doesn't matter what you're going through. The worst thing to do is keep anything in. You keep that in, it's going to hurt you. It's going to possibly destroy you, or it could just cripple you. Killer, what's going on? Truth, what's going on, baby? But this is what I'm saying. You got to think about that. There's some traumas on either end, whether it's with the parent or it's with the child, that could affect everybody as a whole. So this is one reason why some of the household dynamics are not where they at. And that's how I really felt about it. And that's why I'm glad I brought it out the way I brought it out yesterday. And that part two definitely going to be, because I'm digging deep. And I'm going to continuously dig deep. There's certain issues that, again, you done cracked the surface somewhat. Now you got to dig deep. And again, these talks, some might not be for everybody. It's all good. It's only for those who really need to hear it and can receive it. Some of you parents, it is time to get yourselves in order and make sure you got the proper protection on all angles. You need to. Again, if I know for a fact my child should be in school, my child should be in school. If I feel my child should be somewhere where they said he was going, they should be there. If I feel there's certain things going on, even within the school system that's going on right now, I'm going to be up there to make sure that this is what it is. That's how technically you are supposed to have the blueprint. Because I can kid you not, there was times I had to come to my brother's school. It's not because he did something bad. It might have just been something that was needed to be talked about. So of course, I'm coming through like I'm supposed to. As a guardian, that's what you did. Shoot, that'd have been my actual child. It still would have been the same thing. Doing what I need to do for you. And trying to show you the best ways to move. And I ain't do too bad. Definitely did. I had my days when I know, look, I felt like most of y'all. Damn it, I don't want to go through this shit today. Part of my French, but you know what it is. I ain't want to go through this today. Damn. But I went through. And that right there was already giving me the the ins and outs. So when I have my own, yeah, I know how to give it up. And trust me, children is gonna be good regardless. But that is essentially the goal, right? You want to make sure that your offspring or whoever you might have been raising is actually on the right road to success, or at least on the right road to happiness and knowing of self while becoming their own. Again, children ain't going to be mimicking you. Yeah, they'll mimic to some degree, but at some point they become their own people. So again, it's about making sure your children grow into adulthood, knowing the ins and outs of life. And in my opinion, I feel it's sad that we don't have these type of interventions amongst certain families because, again, I feel it could be a cornerstone of change, a cornerstone of peace. Again, I'm just optimistic on things. I'm sorry, I am, because even right now, there was no need to hide certain things. You know, now again, everybody's situations I know is different, but in that same token, again, it's about effective communication. Like prime example, again, your kid might have been coming home from school. They might have left. They might have left in the morning, happy, all full of joy, and then came home either sad, depressed, crying, or angry. Sit down with them and find out what's going on, and actually do it the right way. And sometimes it's good to just listen. Don't even say nothing. Just listen to them. Let them get it all out. And then from there, you know how to effectively move, and you also know how to effectively console your children the way you're supposed to. Tanya, what's going on, baby? I feel that's the best way to do it. I did it because I went through it. Certain things in life that is a repeating and a revolving door, and also a repeated cycle. Some of those cycles you can actually break if you just do it the right way. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I actually, as some of you who really shouldn't even hide from your parents, if you know your parents are most likely just gonna have the correct conversation with you. See, again, it's just about the barriers. It's about the communication barrier more than anything. If at one point you had a strong communication and it's starting to crumble or starting to break down, you need to figure out where the problem began and how to stop it and how to build it stronger so that doesn't happen again. It's usually how that works. Well, at least from my experience, that's how it works. It has to be an equal balance. It's not so much as your children fearing you. It's more just about your kids respecting you. Certain instances, you can't be too much of a dictator. Again, you are supposed to keep that balance of, the united front regardless. Because again, that's how you are able to discipline, but also educate in that same token. Can't be a dictator all day. Mayhem, Happy New Year, baby. Again, and even when there's certain things that feel like it's not going to be a realistic conclusion, those are the things that you know for a fact you shouldn't let tear you down. You might want your child, prime example, to be the next lawyer, doctor, or whatever, granted. But what if they decide this is not what they want? Or what you're pushing them to is not what they really want? So I'm saying you have to effectively listen and communicate. Even if my child is talented, prime example, my child is gifted and talented in sports, but also arts, as far as drawing, painting, doing all that, right? It's his decision to decide at some point what he really wants. I'm not going to push nothing on him I need to push on. Same thing if it was a girl. I'm not going to do that same thing. I'm not going to push nothing on you I don't need to push on. Whatever you feel happy and comfortable doing, as long as it's realistically keeping you above ground, keeping you solid as far as keeping your financials in order, keeping your stock in order, so on and so forth. I'm happy about that. See, again, you got to reach for realistic expectations and realistic goals. Again, it depends on what your child is really passionate about. You can't force nothing on them. There's some of you parents who are forcing everything on your kids and you're doing it the wrong way. And you shouldn't really force anything on them, but you're still doing it the wrong way. At least how I'm looking at it. If your child decides, prime example, instead of them going to law school, they decide they want to be a professional boxer. And if they are really dedicated and really, you know, they are really serious about that, why not support it? Look here, every parent fear is certain things happening to their children. I understand that. But if your child feels they strong enough for certain things in life, let them do it. You never know again what's going to happen if you don't sit down and really harness that with your children. Build that bond. And that means having a common balance. Yes, we know some of you be tired. You working 5, 6 days a week, some of you working 7 days a week, coming home and got to do certain things, grant that. But still make time. That's the one thing I can say. My mom used to be deadbeat tired, make sure you rest in peace. Used to be deadbeat tired certain days. And still would come home, even if we couldn't go where we were supposed to go, make something interesting and fun happen. That's how it was supposed to be. Tired and all. To some is tiresome. You are balancing life. Grant that. But remember, when you got life in the world, you got to give that balance regardless. Because the same way you might get tired of certain things, they gonna get tired of it too. No doubt, I hear you for a corner. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working harder than the meth dealers in the lab, baby. But you got to look at it. That's just solid proof and facts right there. You can't force things on people. You just got to find a way to just let it happen naturally. And again, you can't put too much high expectations on your children because you never know what can happen. Even with you being the best you can be, you still never know what can happen. See, prime example. My brother could have been playing football. Shoot. And he was good enough in football. But I told him straight up, no matter what you try to do in life, as long as you happy, as long as you keeping yourself above water, and as long as you making the person that's not here happy, that's the most I could be happy for. Didn't matter what he wanted to do, as long as he put his mind to it, and as long as he was, you know, dedicated to it, I was happy for that. See, it's about not putting pressure. And even to some of you single parents that need to hear that. It's not about putting too much constant pressure and aggression on your children, because that right there will tear something up inside them. Don't forget that part. No matter what the situation is, your children are never supposed to feel that hate, anger, or hurt. Even if it ain't towards them, they just ain't supposed to feel that around, because they build off of that. You might not see it, but they build off of that. Just give everything its proper respect and just let it play out the way it needs to play out. The things you know you could actually fix and benefit from, fix it and benefit from it. Again, you don't know what your children will bring into the world for themselves and to keep the thing going if you don't build with them. Again, bomb. DJ Ron, Happy New Year, my guy. See y'all all up in here. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is what I'm saying for real. You got to think about that. When you hurt, your kids hurt. Again, they feed off that energy. Like I was saying yesterday, there's some of you who really shouldn't be having too much distractions going on, especially around them. But this is the common denominator right there. If you want to be technical, be reasonable. I'd rather be a stern, reasonable parent than a tyrant dictator parent any day. Because again, that second option of being a parent, it don't work out too well. And we see things shape out the way they shape out. Again, you got to have leniency to a degree, but not too much leniency. Yeah, we know that give them an inch, you take a foot, so on and so forth, right? Grant that. But again, there are certain lessons your children are going to have to learn. But make sure there's not the wrong type of lessons that they're learning, especially the ones you really can't help them with. But you can keep the balance going again if you just let your kid, let your kid build into their own person. Let them create their own niche. Let them create their own personality. Because again, they can't mimic and be exactly like you. Got genetics, so on and so forth, but they not you. You could look like a spitting image of both of your parents, or even your father or your mother. Guess what? You ain't neither one of them. You're yourself. So ain't no such thing as making a carbon copy of somebody. You can get close to it, but it ain't gonna be the real thing. It ain't gonna be the official or the original. So again, Let them build into who they want to build into, but still make sure you are keeping the balance the way you need to keep it. And the minute you spot certain things that just don't seem or feel right, again, you are supposed to step in and make sure that you fix something. Because again, it's about a balance in life. What's going on? I got you. It's just about keeping a balance. Loving yourself, loving your children, and making sure that your children love themselves and love you back. See, that's how it keeps it. That's how you keep a strong balance for real. That's how you need it. You want your kids to be able to be open and not be scared to be open to you. And you got to be open and willing to listen and hear what's needed and what's needed and what's going on. So I said I am going to delve into that part too, though. But I'm going to attack it from a different angle now because I know it's another reason why some of the households are broken. And again, some of it does have to do with drug use. On either angle, it affects the family as a whole. So I'm gonna definitely delve into that part. But I feel that's needed. It's definitely needed and appreciated to bring that back and bring it into a deeper realm of things. Not gonna lie to you though, I can see it getting back to where we was at, but it's gonna be a long battle. There's too many different things that are affecting. I'm not gonna lie again, the things that are being presented, that's part of it. But again, you gotta make sure that these people that are gonna be your eyes and ears, especially for your young ones, you gotta make sure their eyes and ears is open, and you gotta make sure they are effectively communicating and keeping things afloat too. It's a common balance. Parents, you need to start making sure you got watchful eyes for yours, even when they are out there. And you youngins got to make sure you are doing what you are supposed to be doing. There's no need to lie to your parents if you are coming from good parents. Now we know there's some things that y'all feel y'all want to do and feel y'all can do, but in certain instances, it ain't good for you to do. That's why they tell you what they tell you. Or sometimes, look here, if you want to do this bad, we'll do this as a family. You should respect that and love that. Some of you, when you get to a certain age, I don't want to be with the family, but you should cherish every moment. You should cherish every moment because you never know what could happen down the road. And you want to at least say you had at least good, fond, strong memories of everything just in that event. So I said it got to be a balance. And some of you parents, you can't just force things again, even on the teenagers. You might want to go do something that you're accustomed to doing, but if your child decides they want to do something different, or all your children decide they want to do something different, head them out and see what they're talking about. And if it's something that's reasonable for all y'all, then y'all could do it. Give a clear example. If you all prime example, if y'all used to bringing them up to a cabin or something like that, but they decide they want to go to a water park or they want to go, they want to actually go camping or do something different along those lines. They probably might want to go somewhere near a beach area, a pool, something like that. Shoot, they might even want to go sightseeing or doing something. If y'all know you could do it, do it. If it's something reasonable and all y'all can get together with, plan and make sure everything is everything to do so. Give a balance. Trust me, it'll work. See, these are things you might not want to hear, but you need to accept. Given the balance. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel sometimes if you plan a certain thing or a certain event for family, y'all all should take part of it and y'all all should try to make memories of it. That's just my personal opinion on it. When you are planning certain things for the family, make sure that it's something that everybody can get into. And it's also going to give y'all that bonding tool. Because again, you all could be going through separate stresses. But it becomes one big ball of stress when everybody is angry. And now it's, you know, there's tension involved. There's arguments involved that don't need to really happen. So again, you know, just be mindful on how you do things. And don't force things, man. Solely feel that message again was needed. Just like today. It's needed again. Different realms they're hitting on us. This is kind of a dust off from the first part of yesterday. I don't know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, it's still gonna feel good to bring those messages because it's coming from the soul. It's coming from a deep part. See, I noticed that some people don't like when you're being your authentic self and you are bringing something strong. But even in that aspect, right, you still continue to be you. You keep flourishing the way you're supposed to flourish. I'm speaking to those who are actually bringing out real content, real raw stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. Trust me, I see a lot of y'all growing, 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 and growing. Even got those who are starting to put out their own. That's a good feeling right there on all levels. And I'm supporting that. I'm a stern supporter when it comes to things that need to be supported. This is mostly just, like I said, a dust off from yesterday. In order to keep that bond intact, as far as bringing the family structure back, yes, there must be effective listening and communication on both angles. That part right there should seal the deal. But for all the content creators right now that are doing it, my bad. I was looking at that T Rex of a dog, but never mind the owner right there. Just in case I had to elbow drop somebody, you know why. You know why. But nonetheless, I'm proud of every last one of y'all who are doing what you're doing. It definitely is a good feeling to see that everybody building and growing on the wave they supposed to. Even if you in one lane, you visiting multiple lanes, you building on that level, continue to strive and build and grow. I'm gonna lie though, it feels good to bring some sort of awareness and some sort of education to on all angles. And I see again a lot of y'all are doing that. You having strong builds and conversations no matter what the conversation is about. And you able to keep and maintain a certain level of decency, peace. It don't go left all the time. Keep doing what y'all doing. We know sometimes it's hard to keep everything in order. Sometimes things might go a little left. Nonetheless, still do what you've been doing. Continue to build, and create the structure that you need to create. It's a satisfying feeling. Again, I'm encouraging people who might be coming in, and even my peoples that could be in the background watching. Trust me, y'all. Y'all can build on all angles, no matter how you build it. It's solely up to you again to create the balance and the peace. Oh, and I'm gonna give the announcement to those who need to hear it. Yeah. So I reapplied and got denied, but it's okay because I'm still sanctified. I'm good. I'm comfortable again with still just bringing what I need to bring. Oh, and to them higher ups again, I'm sorry, but I refuse to do anything I don't need to do because this is what raw and uncut means. I'm going to be real about everything. And then sometimes, yeah, I'm going to go left. But I ain't doing nothing and I ain't see nobody else do. See, again, I just laugh at a lot of different things. But again, even in that notion, that don't stop. That don't stop the grind. That don't stop the messages from coming. They're going to continuously come. And trust me, I know why. Some of you are going to feel the type of way about the content because it is hitting on all factors. It's not no hearsay. No, it's actual proof. But it's neither here nor there. Still a great build regardless to what. And this is what I've come to love. Again, it's always great building and forget just meeting new people, just creating new experiences and memories. But it's also good to bring an awareness that we all need and that we all running from. No doubt, Four Corner, appreciate you, my guy. But you know, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I ain't worried about it though. Like I said, I already figured what it was. But I said I'm not taking away nothing I don't need to take away. Because if I do, then I'm taking a part of myself away. I'm not doing that. Sorry, I'm raw and uncut. It's going to be days you might not want to hear the excessiveness. I grant that. This is me. I'm getting a message out regardless. Something that you know for a fact you can't deny. And I'm getting it the way I'm supposed to get it to the people that need to hear it. Try to be a creator, then they're going to be creative. You want somebody to bring something to the platform, let them bring it the way they're supposed to bring it. You can't tell somebody that they're a creator and you're not letting them create. Make it make sense. That's just how I look at it. And that's forget an app. I'm saying this in general in life. You're a creator regardless to what you believe. You are a creator. You can create anything opportunity wise that will be beneficial and work for you. For some, it's about the financials. For some, it ain't. For some, it's a mix of both. For some, it's just fun. Doesn't matter what you're doing it for in life and on an app. Make sure it's just done the right way. And make sure you're doing it from the soul, like you're supposed to. So I don't care. I'm doing everything message wise from the soul. I speak in depth because it needs to be spoken in depth. And in that midst of everything, you're gonna get some peanut butter and jelly BS. But it's cool. Nothing that don't stop. Because again, there's nothing that can stop a message of truth. And also a message of awareness that is definitely needed to be given. So I'm all still for it. Doesn't matter. Nah, I know, serious. I can always still do that, but I'm not doing that. Don't matter because I know what it's going to require. And again, I'm not taking down no content that I feel was raw and uncut content, but it got to something. Sorry, just not. Because again, it is just about the message, and hopefully change coming from that message. I stuck to that. Still sticking to it. So it ain't the end all be all. And that's one thing some people got to understand, even as a creator. Putting out what you need to put out. And if it's making you feel good to the spirit, keep doing that. Don't let nothing stop you, even in life. You might not got the job you was looking for, but you might get the job that you actually want and need. That's one example. You might have got rejected from some sort of journalism, but you might get picked up by somebody that actually needs a good in-depth journalist. Keep pushing. You might not have made the force, but you can still be a correction officer. There's many different factors to go down in life. Again, you turn the wheels of destiny, but you got to turn it in the right direction. And that's one thing I see a lot of people don't turn it in the right direction. And even that is a good sense right there because it shows not just growth and acceleration in life, but elevation as well. Keep grinding, keep pushing. But again, don't lose yourself in the midst of that. Yeah, at some point you're gonna hear all them talking. You know where I just got at. So you know the destination in life is the destination: peace, growth, happiness, but also wisdom and just solidarity. Just make sure your destination is landing you in the right spots. Not gonna lie to you though, for some it's gonna be a build and it's gonna be a road because some of you are new, you don't know what's going on. Grant that, but take your time, learn and build. No matter what it is in life that you are getting into, just make sure you learn, you build, and you grow from that. Again, the main person that can stop you from anything is yourself. If you know you could be destined for great things, but you're allowing drugs to take hold of you, prime example, whose fault is that? Make it work. If you know you could be the best and you need to leave certain things alone, leave it alone. Again, nobody stops you but you. So I'll be honest with you. Your life might take certain twists and turns. But within those twists and turns, you should be able to learn something, embrace yourself for whatever impact. And then from there, you know, try to get back in the right seat, basically. Get back on the right path. You might have gotten knocked down for a promotion, prime example. Don't let it knock you down. Anything you keep building yourself and keep striving for better. And until you reach that plantain, don't give up. Keep finding ways to implement and build yourself. That's the most important part to remember. Again, in life, you are creating and you're building. You're creating a legacy or a legacy to be built. You gotta make sure that you correct on all angles. Paranormal, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that that's what it is, though. Make sure that you're ready for the build, you're ready for whatever, and you just go from there. You know, the decisions and the choices you make in life, they could be beneficial or they could be critical. Your best bet is not to make sure it gets critical. So you do what's necessary. You do what's on the best interest of your solid build and growth. This is a good build, though. It's a good feel. And again, it's nothing but positive spirits for 2024 and beyond. At least on my angle, yeah. It don't matter how I sound right now. I'm only sounding like that because I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like I'm about to get jumped by birds. And again, apologies if you hear some wind in the background, but yeah. That good old morning / afternoon walk was needed, baby. You know, always remember to keep yourself in the greatest of spirits, even when things are happening. That is a test of strength, a test of humbleness, and a test of faith. You stay solid to the core no matter what. See, like with me, I like this build. I like this forum that's building. I'm appreciative of everybody that's been an inspirational part of it, still being a part of it. So it can never be said that I don't love and appreciate the people who actually rock with me. It can never be said that I unwavered or did anything. I'm still going to be me regardless. And again, I feel that is the best part of really being a content creator or whatever you want to call it nowadays. Being your organic self no matter what. It is a good, well, you know, a good sensation regardless. It's a good sensation and a good vibe and it's a good frequency because again, you are conveying something that you felt you was already doing before. It's just on a bigger scale. It's on a bigger scale and it's a little bit more better. Because again, you could survey the battlefield the way you need to. And this, what you want to call an industry, nah, it's not just about building off the financial tip. It's about building on any tip, period. Or even if it's just something that you feel is your creative way to get rid of the stresses, so on and so forth. You build it the way you need to build it, let it be organic, and just stay true to the core. From day one, I've been doing what I've been doing. And I believe this Saturday makes it 2 straight years of doing content. I ain't waver away from nothing, even on my bad days. I didn't waver away from none of my messages at all, even with the bull crap that we had. Still stood my ground where I was supposed to because this is what I do, period. And again, I'm not going away, straying away from a message that need to be said. Kid, you got to be said 1,000 times in multiple languages. It's going to get out. For me, this is a building of hope, a building of change, a building of just uniqueness. Everybody that's been here and still been here, you're unique in your own ways, and that's a beauty and a blessing right there. To again see that there are people that you can build great friendships with, great buildings with, so on and so forth. A lot of you have been a part of this chat room being what it is. Because there's days we're gonna always have our good talks, conversations, even when we got fake interruptions. Nonetheless, this is how I keep myself when I'm off of the app. So I refuse to bring anything that I wouldn't bring onto this. See, again, when you are building and you creating on all angles, you again got to make sure that look, you create and keep a balance, a strong wavering balance that's needed. That you also keep a grip where you need to keep the grip at. I can be honest with you though. These last 2 years been a great 2 years regardless. Because again, I can't take nothing personal on anything as far as the app is concerned. So again, there's things I could care less about. It's none of my concern. I ain't coming in for all of that. But in the same token, being yourself and not so much as building yourself because you already built up. You're still building as you're growing and as you're getting older. So don't think that building process stops after you become an adult. No, you're still building, you're still growing. Even if it's on different parameters, you're still doing what's necessary. You're creating great and grand opportunities in more than one scale. This right here was an opportunity to just prove that it could be done. And it could be done on this angle. Again, we're going to have talks and discussions when the panel is pinned or when the panel is dropped. And we always going to have something to talk about. Because again, it's always good to get different perspectives from people. See, again, I didn't come with no notion to judge nothing. Didn't come with no notion to try to be Father Saver or Captain Saver. No. I just came with my brand of how a message should be relayed to somebody or how the messages should be received from people who are coming from different parts of the world. Love, baby. What's going on, baby? No, again, you gotta love the talks, though. Again, these talks do lead to something. Some people try to say, no, it ain't leading to nothing. No, it leads to something. It leads to greater. Miss Tia, what's going on, baby? I'm coming here with both of your damn channels, baby. I see you up in here. I hear you on that serious. No, it's the truth, though. Because I said it from Jump Street. It's not about anything. See, I'm going to be honest with you. I could have literally just still been doing uploads, not even dealing with a StreamYard at all. But I feel my message get out more when I'm on a live stream than when I'm doing an upload. See, look, when you know yourself and you know what's working for you and what's not working for you, I don't care what time you think you're trying to attack something, it ain't always going to go the way you think it's going to go. So what better way, again, to talk to the people? And again, get grand visuals and ideas on things. It's not so much as ideas, just getting grand understandings on things. Because I feel, guess what? Those conversations will open up the way you need to open up. People that will wake up and be wise to what's going on. Candy, what's going on, baby? Top of the morning to everybody on the west. Top of the afternoon to everybody on the east. And top of the evening to everybody in the UK, baby. And yeah, happy Friday to all you future babies in Australia and everywhere else. Hopefully y'all enjoying yourselves. Hopefully y'all enjoyed your days. Kind of jealous because y'all in the future already, but it is what it is. You know, still love, baby. Oh man, but you know, again, I don't love what you're doing in life. Processes in life, they ain't gonna always come easy, but they don't necessarily have to be a hard one either. You know, you stick to what you are going to stick to, and you stand your ground on it. Again, it's about loving yourself and loving what comes with the process. These last 2 years, I gained a lot of knowledge on this quote unquote app. And out of the few apps I've been on, this is definitely a different battlefield. It's a different beast. In the same token, nonetheless, it's still a beast. It will get slayed in the right way. I'm going to keep slaying these messages that need to be slayed because guess what? It will come to a point where everybody will have to get together and again sit down and have these talks. And again, some talks may be uncomfortable, some might be triggering, some people just ain't interested. Again, this is solely for those who need it. And honestly, some of these talks do go through a healing process for those who have already been going through it or still might have repression of that situation, no matter what the situation is. Again, just having solid ground on yourself, knowing what's expected, knowing what's not expected, and just again, being prepared for anything. I was prepared for a lot before being prepared for a lot. Some things I'm still in here tinkering with, but nonetheless, it is a process. Nonetheless, and I'm gonna repeat this because I feel this is something that need to be repeated. I wouldn't care if I was live once a day or 8 times a day. Every conversation will be some sort of different view, some sort of different factor, and also some sort of knowledge that's going to be given. I know last night was a good conversation to a degree. It was. It was a good conversation because that was one that was definitely deep and needed. It did hit the soul on some angle. Specific traumas in life, it definitely affect the whole household. So even when it comes to that, that conversation was needed. But when I do dig into this part two, oh trust me, we going all the way in. We gonna definitely go all the way in on that one. Because again, that's another aspect of targeting something that needs to be targeted. And again, definitely appreciate you for dropping all those links. Serious baby. Working harder than Cash Money Records for the 99 and 2000, baby. Again, solely just have that love and that strength within yourself to know that no matter what you place in your life, even if it's on a rocky situation, you build and you make sure that you are able to embrace for whatever turbulence is coming. Don't let nothing knock you off course. And in life, that's what some people are going to do. They're going to try to knock you off course because, again, even they see that it's something great and bright that's coming, you know, and they want that. And they just don't know how to go about it. Oh, yeah. I did want to say something, too. I feel it's something that need to be said today. Um, I do have a question for those who need to hear it. Um, hey, explain to me, or at least ask me how, or let me ask this. Yeah, it's just the right. How is it some of you put your peoples into high positions, right? As far as succeeding, right? And in the same token, you become their downfall. I need to ask that question because again, there's some of you who are pushing your people to an early grade. You know, and you're pushing them to an early grave because let's keep it real. Hate, envy, jealousy, all bad combinations. You can't say that you want to be a part of somebody's build, growth, and success, but then you want to be a part of their downfall. If I'm pushing you to reach for your highest expectations, even as a friend, I don't expect you to crash out. And I'm not going to be the reason you crash out neither. And I'm definitely not going to be the one that's pushing you to that grade. There's some of you who cry about things not being done, even with those who are for the people, right? The ones that always seem to be for the people seem to be the ones that always get the short end of the stick by the same people that claim they want to see them rise. They want to see them grow and succeed. They want them to be able to be the successes, right? If somebody was fortunate to make it out, and when they do come back, they showing nothing but love on any grand scale, why not embrace that? Why does it have to be a situation of, oh, this person think they better? Yeah, we going. Why plot? Like again, why push them to a good position? Then you're gonna plot on them. That don't make sense. Again, pushing people to an early grave. When you do have somebody who is rising up in a certain category, you get angry and jealous. If anything, they should be an inspiration to you to find a blueprint in life that you could build off of. Appreciate you, BMF. You already know, bro. Just making sure I ain't getting jumped by these birds out here. You know, they on one today. That's just like if I know, prime example, one of my peeps is about to blow up doing music, and I know I'm with them or I've been with them through the thick and thin. I'm not gonna plot on them for what? Most I'll probably do, give them some sound advice when they need it. And that's the truth. I'm gonna give you sound advice when you need it, not when you want it. I'm gonna give you what you need and not what you want. But I'm gonna make sure you good enough to not fall for the trap. Yeah, it is, Candy. It is. Uh, they out here chilling though. But again, you gotta make sure because you ain't gonna be trying to crap on me. Not on my jacket today. Not today. But again, you gotta think about that. I'm not gonna let my man's crumble, not gonna let my sister crumble. I'm not gonna do none of that. And I shouldn't have that notion of just because you where you need to be at and I'm not where I should be at, I'm gonna make that a factor. No, I'm sorry, but it's the truth though. I'm not gonna sit there and let my man's crash out. And I'm not gonna put my peoples in danger. And then some of y'all who can't even call yourselves real friends, if you're allowing your friends to either lose life or be sitting in jail for a long time or possibly life. I'm sorry. That's another aspect on another topic, on another conversation I'm gonna build on. But that is a prime reason sometimes why it's hard for people to really succeed, even from coming from parts that I'm sorry, I don't really see no type of growth or any type of anything coming from because look what's being allowed. There's some of you who are doing things because you banking on somebody to come from the hood and bring back to the hood. But then the same token, what if these people do come back to the hood and actually give back the way they're supposed to give? You still gonna have that notion to still try to rob and take away from? See again, how could you want somebody to build something or bring something back when you scheming and plotting on it? That's something that should be thought about. And I would advise anybody, I don't care what aspect of life you're building and growing on, even if you become a big success, household name or not, building and growing, build and grow the right way and be safe about it. There's some people who came back home to show love on different accords and lost their lives coming home to do so. That should never be something that's accepted, and that should be something that's impactful on everybody. Because again, you had a shining star make it from somewhere, and in the midst of trying to bring something back to the people they definitely love and care about, they couldn't even do so. And they couldn't even do it the way they wanted to do it, which is not fair at all. I'm sorry, it's not fair. And I would advise some of y'all again to just keep your eyes and ears open. The minute you feel something is wrong and is not adding up, follow your instinct. So I can really tell you, follow your instinct. Trust me, it'll save you a deal of headaches and stress, and it could possibly save your life. Some of you got to remember that when you do get to a certain playing field in life, and especially if you've made it past expectations, even when it comes to your closest friends and family, at some point you're going to go through some sort of envy or some sort of jealousy. Make sure that that envy or that jealousy isn't going to be the reason it's going to be your sole downfall. If you have to eliminate certain people because they just not on the same range with you and they ain't trying to be on the same range or trying to at least get themselves elevated, then you do what you got to do. Never stop yourself from becoming great. Never let nobody push you from being great. You push through everything you could push through. Yeah, you're going to fail at certain things in life, but you're going to learn from them failures and you're going to build yourself greater and you're going to know how to prepare yourself for the future references and for the future circumstances in life. That part I do believe. Not going to hold you though. Effective communication and listening, that will also help you too. So again, be effective on all angles. Doesn't matter where you strive at in life and you are becoming a success story from wherever you're coming from. And don't let nothing stop you from doing what you feel is necessary. If you are building for the people and for the people, hey, continue to do so. Oh, I know that part, serious, definitely. It's just it's sad though because again, if you was lucky to have some people that made it, some might have made it into sports, acting, music. Some might have made it again, being journalists. They could be running businesses, so on and so forth. When these people come back, it should be the same love reciprocated. Because guess what? We all came from the struggle one way or another. Just because I might be on a different level from you, that don't mean I'm necessarily better than you. And I don't necessarily mean I'm gonna look down at you. So when you got real people who's real with the people, y'all should respect that and love that. Riders, what's going on, baby? I'm keeping it a buck with you. Love and respect that. Like again, there's some people who they loyal to a default basically. I want to bring all my peoples with me when I get where I need to get to. But that's not necessarily going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen because it could be different situations that's including that. So even if you must elevate yourself at first, you do so. But if you're able to elevate you and the people around you, then you should do that within one swift move. But also make sure those people are ready for what's needed. We all coming together and we putting together a company, whether it's for recording, whether it's for anything along those lines, we all should be on our jobs and we should be ready to go regardless. Again, it is about bringing something into your life that's well prepared, planned, and executed. And there are some people who plan to execute all for the wrong reasons. The ones for the wrong reasons is because, again, jealousy, hate, and envy. I'm mad that you made it and I'm still either stuck in my position or I'm mad because I'm not where I should be at. And I was even in the same boat with you. Look here, not everybody's going to excel in the same lane at the same time. And even if you excel in the same lane, look, everybody is built different. Everybody is going to have their own creative genius, regardless to what. Again, you work as a tandem. And that's the problem. Even in your own community, some people don't know how to work as a tandem. If I know I'm trying to see you grow and succeed, or I want to make sure that you are where you need to be at, then guess what? I'm gonna work with you. Or if I feel it's gonna be something that we both could at least have some sort of wave on, even if it's in different directions. Hey, let's build together. See, and again, I'm glad to be a part of these talks and these conversations, and that's what I'm going to continue to do, no matter what the scale is. And I'm happy with that. Nah, that's a whole fact. Serious, that's a whole fact right there. But that shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't. I'm proud of my peoples right now. Some of my peoples are shit. They in way better positions than I am, and I don't look at them any different, even when they do pop in. That's what's real camaraderie about. That's what it's about. I'm proud of my motherfuckers. Shit, excuse me for saying it that way. I'm proud of everybody, whether they on a high scale, medium scale, as long as they ain't below scale. I'm happy. And that's the sad part about it, though. At some points we're gonna have to eliminate that. Everybody could be a success story coming out from even the deepest parts of the trenches. But again, the same people that build them up to that, the same people who are trying to not so much as benefit from it, but actually want to be a successful part of the building, you need to make sure that you preserve what you putting out there. If this is the product you want, make sure you're preserving it. If this product is going to be the determining factor on successful building and growth, protect that at all costs. You could have had a potential politician that is really solely for the people of the community and would do everything and actually sticking to everything, but we would never know because some of these people never get a chance to get where they need to get to. The same people that are supposed to be building ain't supposed to be dragging down. And for those people who feel like they are on the growth level, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see a lot of friends come, you're gonna see a lot of friends go. That's just a part of life. But again, remember this part. When you are moving where you need to move to, you're building and growing, and you see that some of those people still thinking about the same things, they still on that low wavelength, you know you did something good. But in the same token, just be mindful. Blueprint to greatness is again never allowing anything to stop it. The only person, in my opinion, I feel would stop greatness from happening besides yourself is that higher power. Other than that, if you still able to do what you got to do, keep building and growing and keep loving what you do. It's crazy, man. And you got to love a process in life and build from it. And again, for some of y'all that feel like your people's not really being who they supposed to be, you know how to move from there. You know, there's some things, yeah, you need to inform the people on, and then there's other things you keep to yourself. But I would say for those who know they're gonna be somewhat in the public eye, even if you are planning on going back to where you were born and raised at, just make sure you on point. And make sure you have the actual people with you that's gonna be holding you down, even if something does arise up. Because again, you gonna have some people that just they don't care. That's just how they gonna motivate to do things. The minute we see a come up we could get, we gonna get them. But you make sure you prepared. Selena, what's going on, baby? You know, see a prime example. There's some of you who are building and growing, and shoot, you're building in the best lights. But in the same token, you're giving some sort of a negative feedback. Again, there's some of you who shouldn't be flossing the way you flossing. Sorry to say it that way, because that right there will be a determining factor too. Because again, you got to remember, there's some people who they're gonna always stay on the low wavelength, no matter what it is. So you need to be prepared. There should be no reason why you on these social platforms or even in certain instances, videos, whatever, and you doing the utmost. You showing off all the excessive jewelry and stuff like that. Even if it's fake jewelry, guess what? You gonna think it's people out there starving, especially for those who don't know if it's real or fake. You think they ain't starving and they ain't gonna try to get you. They see you wearing some of that stuff. Come on now. You gotta be smarter and wiser. I don't care what your financial bracket is. You still gotta be smart. You still gotta be mindful and you still gotta be aware. You know, be aware of what's needed and avoid the trap. But again, I do feel that's messed up that on that vibrational note, that this is one reason why certain communities will never flourish as they supposed to. Because building these people up just to tear them down. And it makes no sense. But again, you gotta expect that. You want to have those who still remain who they are throughout the years, even through friendship. You want to have those who just gonna remain who they are. Some people don't want to grind, or if they don't want to rise up to the level like you rising up to, those are the people you don't need to be around. Because those people, again, at some point, oh, this nigga over here trying to get his fuck on. My bad, y'all. Those people will be your downfall. Oh, the cat out here getting it, y'all. My bad. I wasn't expecting to walk into that one. That cat over there getting it in. Getting it in. But you know this is needed. Yes, 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 serious. I wasn't expecting that neither. But again, when you are building and even when you are planning on doing the best things for your people, you gotta make sure you're doing it for the right people. And if you are going to build and give an opportunity, then make sure you're doing it the right way and the safe way. But again, some of y'all got to stop doing certain things on these platforms because that's what's giving these people the notion to do certain things. Can't talk about, oh, yeah, I dare somebody do this, that, and third, and I'm a yada, yada, yada. And it don't make sense to do that. You don't necessarily have to do things you don't need to do. And if you're going to be flossing, floss the right way. I've seen some people do certain things and pull out wads of money on tables, but they showed exactly how they did it. That don't necessarily mean things is happening to them. No, they did it the smart way. That's the main thing to remember. Doing it the right way. I seen a dude that pulled out, and it looked like it was more than 100,000 on the table, but he showed the blueprint on how he got to it. And it wasn't no quick witch. It wasn't no get rich quick scheme. It wasn't no nothing along the lines. He broke down what he does, how he does it, and how he gets his money. That right there is a blueprint to show people how it is. Again, it is solely up to you to take into that the main message at hand. Some will be blinded just because they see the money aspect. Oh, word. Yeah, since you doing this like this, I'm going to get you. But I'm going to tell y'all this too. For some of y'all that be scheming and plotting, it don't always go the way you think it's going to go. Nah, that's a fact, Selena. It is. But again, there's no need to floss the wrong way. Especially when you know you got people who are in impoverished situations and they looking for some sort of come up. They looking for some sort of, yeah, this is what it is. We got it. Gotta be mindful. You're in the public eye. Remember what you put out there to the public and what the public perceives. Trust me. Don't think somebody won't try you at some point. Some of y'all got a sense of comfortability, but you got to get out of that. Again, when you're doing certain things, just build and be yourself. And also love yourself and be careful of what you present out there. This is just a good conversation for for the little duration. Link is pinned in case anybody want to chime in. If not, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm about to figure out a couple things for the day. Oh, it's the last day of vacation. Pray for my scalp, y'all. Pray for my damn scalp. Yeah, it was a good week and some change off. Needed that. Well rested, energized on all angles, and that was what was needed. The messages that was coming out was coming from the spirit where it needed to come from. It didn't come from hearsay. It just came from the real spirit of somebody that's seen it. That part right there. See, look. I'm gonna pin that one too. The main message for the day for some who need to hear it. Be your own come up. Don't try to come up over somebody else. And if you want to come up the right way. I'm pinning that before I get up out of here. Definitely. Be your own come up. Be your own success story. You can't bank off of other people's successes. Because again, the same way these people worked hard to get where they had to get to, you need to work hard too. Life don't just fall in your lap and give you everything. You got to get up, grind, do something, and love it. That's something that should be taken for real. Instead of being your own destruction and downfall, be your own come up. Again, it's all about loving yourself. Take that into consideration today. Before I get up out of here, for those who follow me on Twitch, appreciate y'all for tuning in last night. And for those who ain't, please make sure you do. Yeah, I'm gonna bring some good old vibes today. Some good old vibes, baby. And yeah, we rocked out last night with no interruptions. And again, I think I found out what the issue was. So I know to avoid it next time. We're gonna be up in that building tonight, baby. And 9 out of 10, I could be back later tonight, definitely with a little conversation. I'll drop and pin the link in case anybody want to chime in. Look for that part two of yesterday's conversation. It's coming. Again, appreciate it. It's been a part. It's still coming into this building. We still got more to do, and we still gonna do it. Y'all definitely enjoy y'all. Let me get up out of here and figure out lunch for the day. I don't know. For some reason, I want some steak. I might want something else. You know, my mind might change in the next 20 minutes or so. You know. But for those who follow me on Twitch, I will definitely be back around 6. And like I said, definitely just a good talking conversation. Some of this was a dust off from yesterday's conversation, and some of it was just where it needed to be at, coming from the spirit. But that is the truth, though. Before I get up out of here, be your own come up. Yeah, you can learn from blueprints. You can even try to build off of some of them. But again, the main thing, create and build. Same way somebody is growing in excellence and growing in succession, you should be doing the same thing. And again, never sell yourself short on anything. Your result of a come up shouldn't be at somebody else's demise or at their expense. And I'm just gonna keep it real. If you claim you love the people, if you claim you for the people who's from your area, and if you know they building and growing and rising in the right fashion, let them do so. As long as they are keeping what they are supposed to be keeping together, let them be great. And you need to learn how to be great. But nonetheless, let me go figure out my situation. Again, I definitely will be back in the building at 6. You know, I think it's yeah, it is Throwback Thursday. I think I got some throwbacks. I got to dust off. Some of y'all that was in the building last night, yeah, I know. Kind of went in the crates. Kind of went in the crates. Nonetheless, we still had a great time, and we're gonna continue to do that. You know, like I said a while back, and I'm gonna say it again: be the example. Don't be an example. Learn to love yourself, build, and be confident. You'll see things flourish the way you need to flourish. But get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, you already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. What I'm gonna do is keep it real. That's what I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Definitely see y'all later on this evening. And I could definitely be setting a reminder for tonight. So just look out. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.